Tracy in Colorado, my old stomping grounds. I love Colorado. I really do. Tracy in Colorado, you are on the line with Luxander and Jimmy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Lux. You look lovely today.
Aw.
Hi, Jimmy. You look good too.
Aw. I was going for lovely, but only Lux.
Sorry. So I had a few things that might hate me for. Sorry.
Tracy, I don't know you, so I'm not going to hate you at the end, but I might hate some of the things you advocate for.
Well, hopefully you could convince me to understand why I should not. So, Lux, I have a question for you regarding sports. I noticed that they tested up until women and like cis women and trans women kind of like were equal. But then I noticed kind of just stopped testing to see like if it would hurt like your heart or what it would do. Are you pushing like I noticed or in the community pushing for that to like be resolved because I don't want you hurt or other women hurt, you know?
So the question is regarding health complications of being on hormones. Is that what you're getting at?
And the fact that...
Well, don't they have like specific, like you have to have your hormones at like this specific level, but like even cis women, like we have, like I think the cis woman actually tested she didn't pass the test because she had too much testosterone. So like all of our bodies are different. So my question is like, if you're being forced to have a amount of a hormone in your body, like that could hurt you differently later on. Like they stopped after like 2 years. Like I don't know if it's just hormones though, or if they have to do more. I just know they stopped, and I was just when I double checked that it was 2 years.
So for sports,
wanting to know what you thought about that.
The Olympic requirement right now for sports, and this is many other bodies use a similar guideline, which is that a trans woman, in order to participate on the women's team or in the women's category, has to be within a certain range of estrogen for 2 years, or at least on a certain regimen of hormones, and then like a lower testosterone level. And like, yeah, it is... I don't know that there has been a lot of studies specifically on like low testosterone for trans women presenting problems, but they are required to have lower testosterone than most cisgender females have naturally. Like, so there is like this kind of inherently unfair thing where like trans women's testosterone is being policed more than cis women's, although you are correct that cis women's testosterone is being policed. I don't know that there are many health complications associated with that. Obviously, you have to have some hormone in your body, or you will have issues with like bone density loss and other numerous health issues, actually. But as far as I know, you know, when trans women get orchiectomies,
and protect you guys a lot more.
I
mean, sure.
So you do oppose then the Trump administration getting rid of funding for studying trans health and the complications from medication. Like you are opposed when you're saying you wish they would study these things more.
I called them and I told them their jail policies were disgusting and they're not doing anything to protect trans women, and trans women are getting attacked more than I think it's like 100 times more, and the stories are so sick. Sorry, I didn't mean to
And so do you regret your vote for Trump on that basis because Trump is harming trans people more?
Well, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and this is where my heart is tied. January 6th.
Okay.
January 6th is I never ever thought I would ever vote for Trump in my life. Like I thought I didn't know he was a fucking child. Oh, sorry. Oops. Sorry.
You can swear.
I didn't know he was a
you
child
can swear.
molester.
It's not a problem.
Oh, I just don't want to mess up your... Yeah. I didn't know he was a child molester until like recently when I read into the files and I read about the girl like
Right. You know that the Epstein stuff is not the first information we had about him being creepy to kids, right? Like there's a video of him hitting on a 10-year-old. There's
I did not know about that, and I'm so sorry about that. Like,
so
that's
basically,
so sick. And I think like.
But now go back to January 6th, because you don't like him because he seems to be a pedo. So you don't like that, but you did vote for him because January 6th. How does that happen?
January 6th destroyed my world. Okay, so I was in a Discord and I reported January 6th before it happened. They were going to meet at the Washington Monument. Like, I reported where they were meeting. I reported what they were going to do.
Okay.
I even gave
when you say
Discord,
what they were going to do, that they were going to take place in a peaceful protest, or reported that they were going to storm the Capitol?
They said they were going to storm the Capitol. Now, that's what was in the Discord.
And you reported it, as in you let the authorities know?
I want that. What I'm saying doesn't matter. I want you to look up the video. There's a video of, I wrote his name down. I didn't want you to not believe me. But there's a video of the FBI, Stephen Dantuono. He admits in a press briefing that they did know about what was going to happen before it happened from various sources. Okay. And they did put it into the JTTF, according to him. So they did know it was going to happen. So then I also streamed it on 12 different screens, and I saw people die. I saw one guy, no one hurt this guy, but he like had a heart attack, and an ambulance didn't reach him. Like they like had to carry him out on a stretcher thing. I saw a cop kind of needlessly like push this guy off this edge.
What was the name of the guy again, real quick? Stephen what? Stephen what?
Sorry, what
was the Stephen's name again? Stephen what?
Oh, the guy that had the heart attack. So there was
no. The FBI agent who admitted that they knew the Capitol would be stormed in advance. Stephen what?
I'm so sorry, sir. Dantuono. Dantuono or something?
Dantuono. Dantuono.
Yes, sir. Washington, D.C. field office.
Okay. So
he said that it was in the JTTF.
And he confirmed that they knew it was a plan, not just one of the many threats that could have been that day.
He said that there was various reports of communications. And I also want to point out that the media person that asked him the question was like, considering that even we like the well-known nature of this, like, basically what
so
the heck,
I've already found it, and the quote you are saying is a dramatic retelling of what he said. Essentially, he acknowledged that there was intelligence and informant activity leading up to the day's events, but in no way does he admit that there was an expectation that what happened would happen. And this has taken me so...
Wired.
What's that?
If you look at the court stuff, when the police are testifying, they talk about how they even had the flyer before the attack occurred. Yeah.
Again, none of this would matter if you're talking about a small group and the expectation that that's going to turn into an actual storming of the Capitol, that you're going to have people there who weren't. Because it's almost like you are suggesting that the many thousands of people who stormed intended to that day, instead of saying that there were a few radical groups who had that idea in mind and were luckily able to bring a lot of those people along and get them to support it. But to then sit there and go...
I think there was like 200. I think there was like 200 people that planned it, and they were the ones that actually walked around the White House twice. I think that the people that came from the speech...
And I think you are dramatically exaggerating what the FBI knew and was expecting to happen and what they thought their police would be able to handle. Anyway, but on your end, you feel like you voted. The FBI is who I'm referring to. You feel like you voted for Trump because of January 6th, despite now also even knowing...
not because of that.
Okay, but we also know that Donald Trump was delighted about January 6th. We know from people in the room when it happened that he was refusing until he basically couldn't refuse anymore because so many people were messaging Mark Meadows, basically, you need to go and get him to stop. And Mark Meadows was saying he won't. He's just not going to do it. He's not taking meetings. He doesn't care. And even when confronted with they want to kill Mike Pence, that wasn't enough to get him to stop. So you voted for the guy who said to the Proud Boys, you know, stand down, stand back, stand by, who clearly had the power to dismiss the crowd because eventually he did, who conjured the crowd, but you felt like what? Him being glued to it was unfair?
I felt like it was unfair of Kamala Harris and Biden after that happened. Thank you. Sorry about that. I don't mean to be stupid. I apologize. I thought it was unfair that right after that happened, instead of like letting them all go to trial, they said all of them were insurrectionists. And there were a lot of innocent people that like just thought that they were doing a Wisconsin thing. Like,
and yet there
are many protests where people stormed buildings. Some protests even lasted 3 days where they didn't leave for 3 days.
They stormed the building to try and everybody who entered understood that the votes were happening in there and they were attempting to disrupt. They knew they were going through broken windows and broken doors. They absolutely, whether or not they were premeditated, you're basically trying to make the type of distinction between murder and manslaughter. No, manslaughter can be incidental. You're trying to make the difference between like first and third degree murder. Some of the people there were premeditated and some of the people just participated.
What about the officers that said, we don't agree with it, but it's your right at the door?
To enter the space? No. If a cop said that, then they were fucking wrong because they are.
No, Trump didn't say it.
Great.
An officer said it.
I didn't say Trump said it. If an officer told people in the crowd that they were allowed to do that, then they were wrong. But I am once again, having looked up your first thing that you had video of, and it didn't represent what you said, skeptical of your new claim. And we also know that when it came to police on that day, people were saying they were just letting people in and hugging. And when we go back and we look at the footage, it looks more like retreating because they realize if these people tried to overwhelm them, they would die. And by the way, they did attempt to kill a couple of cops that did overwhelm them. So they weren't exactly wrong about that.
They also tried to jab their eyes out. I'm not actually trying to change your mind. I'm more just trying to explain why a Trump supporter literally tried to jab a police officer's eye out.
And so Tracy, do you recognize then that you were wrong to vote for Trump on the basis of January 6th? Or are you still standing by and saying it was wrong of the Democrats to call that an insurrection because some of the people who were breaking the law didn't mean to? They were accidental accessories.
I saw fathers and mothers taken away from their children.
Yep.
I saw 4 people die.
Fathers and mothers are being taken away from their children now by Donald Trump with the immigration stuff.
And I'm not okay with that either. Okay, I'm just saying at that time, that's what I was seeing.
It's rough when it's the white people in danger, and you don't want the white mothers and fathers. But when Donald Trump on the campaign trail,
I didn't know that Trump was going to do that.
You didn't know he was going to do what he said he was going to do and what he did in his first term? You don't remember kids in cages, Tracy? He did that in his first term. I thought Obama did that. Obama also was bad. Stop with the whataboutism.
Yeah, he was.
No shit.
I'm not defending. Who did that?
You didn't know that when he was saying we're going to have the biggest immigration crackdown that this country has ever seen. I'm going to be a dictator on day one. If they're here illegally, I'm going to get them out there. You didn't know when he had Mein Führer Stephen Miller next to him, who wrote all of those harsh immigration policies from the past. You didn't know when he was so harsh to parents the first term. You went, this time it's about the white parents. I don't know about that.
Well, it seems like you have a lot politics during 2016, but so I wasn't.
And you didn't decide to do a single Google search. You're doing all of this stuff, finding all these videos about January 6th, and you're not researching the man you're going to vote for instead.
I was just caring about the people that I saw that were being lost in my own community because it was right there.
For the laws that they broke. Those people were lost because of the laws that they broke. I'm sorry, what?
Benjamin Phillips is black. Like a lot of the people weren't even white. Like
Yes, you know it's a white supremacist movement, and that when you're describing these scenes of these white parents, MAGA is a white supremacist movement.
I hope you guys look up Shakara Kelly. Look up Shakara Kelly. She is amazing. She talks about how we need to stop this hate. Shakara Kelly. She works for Black Lives Matter.
Tracy, take a deep breath because your white girl tears are not going to work here.
Shakara Kelly. Shakara
Kelly. I've repeated it now for you. Shakara Kelly. Tracy, you coming here and talking about she's hung up. So Tracy tried to weaponize white girl tears, which you are going to be more. Oh my God, Jimmy's being so mean to her. She's crying now. She's crying now as she defends a white supremacist movement that then succeeded with her vote. And while in Colorado that didn't go for Donald Trump, did add to his, I won the popular vote, so now we have a mandate. I've got a mandate to do the dictator for a day, and I'm just going to extend that out. I do not care when a person who's going to call in and talk about, but the kids who lost their parents, when right now kids are losing their parents, but they're the brown ones.
Did she feel like they were duped into it? That some of the people were just accessories to the crime, and therefore they are not culpable? Right. Like as though being an accessory to a crime is not a thing, like a unique legal category that we have specific rules around.
Like, bro, I just saw the murder and was there with the murderer and gave the murderers rides. Okay, but I didn't do the murdering except for standing there and obstructing the police from being able to get in and prevent the murder. But I didn't do the murdering. So don't take me away from my kids because I know that I voted for brown people to now get murdered, but don't take me away from my kids. You're white. I'm sorry, but I only know you're white because you obviously are, but I don't even know for a fact. But that was such trying to weaponize white girl tears for you voted for white supremacy. And you are you participated in ruining the families of many brown people and many queer people. You come in and you start with all this empathy and Luxander, I don't want you to get hurt. Okay, I just want them to research it more. And I called and I gave them a piece of my mind when I said, hey, I knew that when I voted for you as soon as you had the vote. I'm not rich, so you're not going to feel committed to me. But seriously, take your fucking white girl tears. Which one was Tracy before?
She was
January 6th.
The one who cried. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tracy,
her call
all right.
just dropped, apparently.
We'll bring you back on. No, I don't believe that for a second.
Silly. I never cried.
Tracy,
I'm a pansexual, bisexual, autistic girl. You could never make me cry with the fuckers I have that to deal with.
Great. Well, one, I don't believe you didn't cry, and two, I don't believe you actually just got disconnected, personally. But go on.
I don't really care what you believe.
God, boy, haven't I noticed.
What I care about is telling you why I voted for Trump, because I want you to know, because it sucks. Because honestly, overall, I do regret it, which is what you want.
Good.
It's not wrong and right. There's a reason it happened, okay? It sucks it happened, but it happened, all right?
Okay, so but it was wrong.
I thought with the border shit, I honestly thought he was just gonna go after people that were bringing fentanyl in, like you said, and people that were sex trafficking. I didn't realize that he was going to go for freaking grandma.
Except
I think that's
not
horrible
all he said.
That he's doing that.
That's literally not all he said, though. He didn't say he was only going for the criminals.
I don't know what he all said, but I didn't realize that that's what was happening. I was focused on people like Benjamin Phillips that literally held Roxanne's hand as she died, getting sentenced to freaking 20 years. I was focused on people that just walked through a building getting expected, but that's what my focus was on. And then honestly,
just walking through a building.
The people that
okay, so far we're still going with reasons why. Just want to be clear. We're waiting for the reason it wasn't clearly wrong because your misplaced focus and omission of all the facts upon what you should have voted.
Oh no.
But in the end, you said
if Obama was the one that set up the cages, how would not voting for Trump help them not do what they're doing? And weren't they doing it already?
Tracy, I wasn't done. So far, you've only identified reasons why it was wrong, but you think that that you're really mad that Biden called it an insurrection and Kamala Harris called it an insurrection. And that made these people sad from this white supremacist movement that was trying to stop democracy from happening when they absolutely did commit those crimes. So you voted for Trump because you were sad that
That's
people
your
lose
view.
their...
There's a middle. Some people were there to protest, just like many people have protested
And
in the future,
and then
in the
they
past,
committed
like,
and then they
same
committed
way.
crimes. And then they
You can
committed
be
crimes.
an unwitting accomplice to a crime. Like, just because they maybe were not primarily there to commit a crime does not mean that they were not there aiding and abetting people committing a crime. That is still a crime.
I don't think people
It's
that
called being
walk
an accessory.
through a Capitol deserve 20 years. You
They
can
didn't
never
simply
convince
walk
me of that.
through a Capitol.
Yes, there are people. Yes, some of them did. I have video. Some of them just walked through. They even walked through little.
There's no
like,
such thing
lines.
as just
They
walking
had, like,
through, and you
lines.
continuing saying I have video does nothing for
Some.
me. I've seen lots of the video. Walking into a clearly broken in building, broken windows, broken doors.
I don't want to argue with you about that because that's not why.
Because you're
the
wrong.
reason why is because when I started posting about the 4 deaths, Roxanne, Benjamin Phillips, Kevin Greason, Ashley Babbitt, people that I would talk to, just because I was posting these videos, threatened to kill me. They would send news pictures. They had
And Biden was going to do it if you had voted for Kamala Harris.
Say all this stuff about Trump, and it made me not believe any of you. I stopped believing my press because they lied about G6. I stopped believing all of you.
Okay, great.
Like,
So
you
Tracy,
guys
you've
lied about
isolated.
stupid stuff, and
So
then
Tracy,
the
you are
race
here
stuff that
saying
you guys do?
Tracy,
Benjamin Phillips is black, and
Tracy,
that main person I was like,
Tracy,
over.
Jesus
Like, the race they didn't
fucking
do
Christ!
it.
Oh
Sick.
my God, Tracy, shut up every now and then. You are once again getting, whether there are physical tears there, I don't know. You are crying now, but I don't know what's pouring down your thing and getting so offended at this concept. Yes, you took your personal experience and went, so I'm going to vote against the crappy people. Guess what? I've been shit on by leftists. I've been shit on by Democrats. I've been shit on by Republicans. And I got out of my own fucking head and went and did research and found out what is the best outcome for humanity after. So it was still wrong. And I guarantee you I've gotten more death threats from people who are claiming to be leftists than you ever did combined, like probably in a month, depending on the specific month and things I've said. So your whole, this whole, oh, woe is me. You guys made me stop believing. I'm so sorry that you did not evaluate the well-being of other people and that the sad things that were happening to your white supremacist allies would compel you to vote against the human rights of trans people and brown people. Because at the end of the day, that's what you did. And you've come up with a new list of reasons that you thought, this time when I call back, this will work. You thought these would be the ones that worked, and I am totally unfazed. You absolutely were wrong, and you supported a white supremacist movement. And do you know what you call a person who supports a white supremacist movement? A white supremacist. Now you're unmuted.
You're going after pawns.
Jesus, you were talking while you were muted too. Fucking Christ.
You're going after pawns. Going after pawns is stupid. You went after pawns, and that's why Trump won. And then you attacked people like me for telling you the truth. That's what the left did, and it was stupid.
I'm sorry you're a white supremacist, Tracy.
And then they had the information.
Tracy, stop being a white supremacist. Now that you know it's wrong, will you just commit to not doing it in the future?
How the fuck could... Never mind, I'm not even going to ask that.
How the fuck could you be a white supremacist for supporting the guy who pardoned an entire group and said he was going to of white supremacists, and then also with his interactions with the Proud Boys, and then his plans for brown people when he got into office, and all of the fucking shit he'd ever said, supporting that movement because some people hurt your feelings?
How can the Proud Boys be racist when they're black and I think the guy from Afro-Cuba, he's Afro-Cuban? Like, how the hell is that
be wrong if black people were fighting for the Confederate Army? How could slavery be wrong if black people fought for the Confederate Army?
I'm just saying, you're not a white supremacist group.
Oh, do you know how fucking dumb you sound? Is that you realizing how dumb you sound right now? Wow.
Is Candace Owens a feminist?
Oh, Lex, you don't need to be rude. Why are you attacking me?
Is Candace Owens a feminist or an anti-feminist?
I don't really like Candace Owens. I think she's
Is she a feminist or an anti-feminist?
Anti-feminist?
How could she be an anti-feminist when she's a femme? She's a woman. How could she be? Republicans in general, and by the way, Tracy, you did it too, vote against their own self-interest all the time. They fall for the grift. I
don't understand how they're white supremacists. They marry outside their race. Like, what makes them white supremacists?
God, they do?
Besides Biden telling us that.
Well, that ruins it for me.
They do.
The fact that they are supporting policies that overwhelmingly transfer more wealth from poor people of color to rich white billionaires. Oh, but you know what?
Wait. You think the white boys are all
some
Trump
of those
supporters?
billionaires aren't white.
You actually think that?
What do I think?
Why are you putting people in these boxes?
Wait, go ahead and repeat. Go ahead and repeat what you say, I think.
Not all Proud Boys support Trump, and I can pull up a news thing for you.
Oh, do you have a video of
conference of a guy literally being like, I do not support Trump, and I am part of the Proud Boys.
Who gives a shit? We're talking about January 6th and the Proud Boys' actions on those days. Hey, Tracy, did the Proud Boys who showed up on January 6th support Trump?
I think that some of them did. I know some of them didn't. They just went because their friends went.
Oh, some of them went, but didn't support. But they were just there for the vibe. They thought it'd be a good party.
Honestly, a lot of them do ride, and they ride their motorcycles
Tracy,
around, and they go to
stop
Washington
being a white
and Arizona.
Supremacist. Please vote better next time.
Well, I don't know how I could have voted better next time. I mean, I had an authoritarian, or I guess he's a fascist from what I'm seeing. So, I think we would have been screwed either way, except Benjamin Phillips is in jail. And I know some colored people matter to you, and other colored people matter to you. I guess if you don't have your politics, then you can just, then I guess they're not black if they don't have your politics.
What do you think would have been bad about Kamala Harris's presidency? Did you just call Kamala Harris an authoritarian?
Yeah.
Yes, I think she's an authoritarian, and I think a lot of the people on
Tracy,
the left turned into authoritarians.
And that's
why you lost the election.
I think you get that vibe because she's a black woman.
I think we lost the election because you represent the average American.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty sick of watching the left do what they were doing.
Do you hear the phrase least common denominator a lot?
I'm just glad that the left aren't in power. At least the left that was. I hope.
No,
that,
I know. Wait, Tracy, you don't have to tell us that. We know that you are happy that trans people and brown people are being oppressed because leftism has not actually taken true power. We know that you, as a personal person, as a white woman, we know that you, as a white woman, we know that you. I'm muting you again because you won't shut the fuck up. That you, as a white woman, feel good about what's happening because you are currently in a position where you are benefiting, and everybody you see suffering, you know that it annoys a leftist, and they were mad at you. And so if it annoys, oh no, all those dead kids in Gaza, that would make me sad. But look at how mad it makes Jimmy Snow. I'm glad we gave the absolute worst option possible. Not even just worse than Kamala. It's hard to imagine a worse person to put in charge of Gaza than Donald Trump. But, I'm just glad the left didn't take power so that there would be more dead Gazan kids. I'm just glad because it makes them so upset. Ooh, did I trigger you, lefties? Oh no, are you triggered? Meanwhile, you've cried like 4 times on this. Let's see if she stopped talking for any of this.
You're silly.
You didn't.
You're silly.
You didn't stop the whole time, did you?
Do you put words in everyone's mouth? Or are you actually able to have a true, honest discussion with someone, Tracy, and actually find a middle ground?
Do you think that your words, the words that you have said, have made you look better than the words I attributed to you?
Oh my Lord, you are hateful. You are hateful. You are stuck in labels.
You make it easy. I'm being honest.
I'm stuck in labels.
I'm very hateful of certain ideologies. One of them is white supremacy.
I really, really assumed that you'd be kinder to me. I don't know why you're acting like that.
I mean, it's probably because of all the fucking shrieking.
Yeah, neither of us are nice to white supremacists, and you are one.
I'm sorry, I have a very young sounding voice. I can't help my voice.
Now, what do you do about the white supremacy in your voice?
You're literally calling me a white supremacist and angry at my voice.
You voted for a white supremacist. You didn't educate yourself. You decided that, all the white supremacists who stormed the Capitol and tried to fucking kill politicians, those are such sympathetic people. You felt so bad for them and their babies. These people, they were only walking into the building right next to the people who broke the fucking windows.
Some of them were
it's really hard. Hold on, Tracy. The reason why I'm being disrespectful is because you're making it fucking impossible to respect anything you said. Basically, what you've said repeatedly in this conversation is that you're stupid and you're willfully stupid. side and you're going to cling to those beliefs. Like you're like, I think maybe it was wrong for me to vote for Trump, but here's all the reasons why I did it. And here's all the opinions that haven't changed since then. I still think it was really bad to malign all those people who
because I don't want it to happen
stormed the
again. I
Capitol.
want to try to
And
wake
like
you listeners up, man.
our senators were like hiding in their offices,
Like,
thinking they were going to be killed.
She wants to wake us losers up.
You don't know my sexuality.
The white supremacist wants to wake us up. I wouldn't care if you were literally. I'm not
a white supremacist.
T. Guess what? Last episode, a black MAGA guy was on and I called him a white supremacist. Your identity politics shit does not work on me. White supremacy is an ideology. It doesn't matter what your skin literally is.
And I think you're actually, and also the Gaza stuff is horrible. And I think what's happening with that is horrible. And how dare you say that I'm okay with that?
Oh my God. And yet,
why do you
are okay with it.
To like lie to win?
Tracy, you're just okay with it in act. You have to stop supporting it with your actions.
I can't believe I used to look up to Lux. I'm such a loser for like thinking you were a good person.
These emotional arguments work on anybody? I can't believe I used to look up to you.
Oh, I can't believe a femme would be mean to me.
Oh, you're such a disappointment. I'm so disappointed in you. Oh my God.
Apparently she hasn't been around on much Takis because like I'm mean to people sometimes when it turns out that they're deserving of it. And in this case, I think she did earned it. She earned it.
I think I'm just to ignore, when we put that out as a clip, look forward to the two-part put together clip called Tracy is a White Supremacist. Oh my fucking God.